What do you feel about your submission?
No, as I said, we're very excited about the submission. I'm proud of the team for the delivery of the plethora of information.
Bang! She says she love fame Edjahz more than Dexter Dams. Fame Edjahz no believe her. She want take him for idiot. You wanna Brimstone aka but cannabis this representing fame Edjahz.
Never get no answer when me knock in the door. Now go join the line coming in at the board. Living in the tropics but my heart it a snow. Be a for learning the street, the college me know.
Up top. You don't know if you just there up on a brand new show up, a fresh new show up. Big up all of my subscribers and all of my viewers them. And all who not subscribe it, not time to change. The door is always open, so they know if you go to. Now on this show we're there at day 5 of Vybz Kartel court hearing. The final day, just like what the judge said. Remember she said she now gonna be on Friday. Big up to one of my loyal subscribers, them correct me. Me did I run with it and I said the judge said she now go to Friday. So me did I look out for Thursday be the final day. Now when I see the case did I go over to Friday, which is today, Edjahz did I say the judge never keep her word. But as I said before, big up Adrian Bailey for correct me. One of the real subscribers them out there when I H for tell Edjahz say a buckry I go on without being disrespectful. So I have to big up the G right through. Anyways, we have day 5 on the way people in this update. At the final day for the prosecution submit for them argument. Them start yesterday and today them a finish up. And just like yesterday people, the prosecution them lay out them argument while the judge do the tackling. So we are giving you the update on the information we get on day 5 of the hearing. But first, make we kick off the show under one vibes. We'll be right back.
Money can't buy common sense. Feel so strange, it's like me there before. Me G them reach out only rain me a poor. The Edjahz woman man go
keep moving. Sometimes you have to lose to win. No matter the situation that you
got
in.
my problems and nobody can fix them but me and my God alone. So tell me who now fi stop this. Me tell myself I'm going.
So we're finally here at day 5 of Vybz Kartel court hearing. The final lap that I go determine whether or not Vybz Kartel case I go get acquittal or them I go retrial and bring her back to square one. Now upon the final day, the report finally forward back from the Supreme Court where the judge did request for. And from Monday on the first hearing, Justice Bishop Marva McDonald did send back for some old retrial case from about 6 years ago. Well, this morning them reach and the report now sound good for over the prosecution side. The Court of Appeal panel hearing the Vybz Kartel retrial matter has received a report from the Supreme Court showing that 2 cases have been sent back for retrial in the Home Circuit Court since 2018. They are murder matters sent back for retrial in 2022 and 2023, and no trial dates have been fixed. Justice Marva McDonald Bishop disclosed Friday morning. The accused persons remain in custody. Definitely not a good look for over our justice system side. Stick a pin before we get to Vybz Kartel case, because more and more a whole heap of things a case are revealed. Definitely party shop the ones them around when it forward to a justice system. On the era we just read, the Supreme Court sent up 2 cases them currently have for retrial. One from 2022 and one from 2023. And up to now, them not fix a date yet for trial. Bear in mind the 2 cases them a murder case. Serious matter. Plus them still have the accused them in a custody. And always remember the accused them are innocent until proven guilty. So you mean to tell me say there's a possibility that the ones them round they goodly innocent. And from 2022, one of them forget a retrial and the next one in a 2023. And up to now them don't know when a retrial they are going to take place. Them now have no fixed date. Definitely Buckry go on. That case here been a high profile case from morning, and the justice system could get the entertainer him co-accuse him a fair trial within a reasonable time frame. So imagine some regular case out there people. For example, the 2 cases them where the judge bring up. The report here definitely not look good for over the prosecution side. Remember the prosecutor said yesterday at the hearing, day 4, if the case for retrial them can get a date for 2025. And the judge response was that she wait upon the report to see how timely the case them angle back then with them send for retrial. And also you can see people the time and to all the case them get angle back then is disgusting. Up to now the ones them that get a trial date from 2022 and 2023, and from them time that them remain in a custody up to this day. The report also indicates that judge alone criminal matters are now being set for late 2025. while jury cases are at late 2026. The report says there is a system to give priority to cases. And next problem again right there, people, for the prosecution side. The system don't set a date for bench trial, where you only have a judge and no jury, and that are in a late 2025. While over the jury side of cases them, where you have jury and them are get the verdict and them sitting there. For instance, Vybz Kartel case, them date they set for late 2026. So Buckry go on again. Remember, the prosecutor tell the judge yesterday so them can set a date for early 2025. The Court of Appeal requested the information on Monday to help it assess whether it will make sense to order that entertainer Vybz Kartel and his 3 accused should be retried for murder. Meanwhile, the prosecution has asked the Court of Appeal to take notice that despite heavy global attention, criminal trials proceeded in cases involving America's Bill Cosby and Harvey Weinstein and South African Oscar Pistorius. We are also supposed to familiar with the popular actor Bill Cosby, likewise the popular athlete Oscar Pistorius. Bill Cosby did get caught up in some raping situation, likewise Oscar them did get accused of killing his wife. But I remember fully how them cases did turn out. But obviously the prosecution had tried to compare them to Vybz Kartel case. She assured the Court of Appeal say no matter how loud the case get, them still went on to trial. So the court nothing make the publicity get in the way. Prosecutor Janek Forbes has argued that the cases were allowed to continue because it is in the interest of justice, and that are in reference to Bill Cosby case them and Oscar them case them used as example earlier. In relation to the Vybz Kartel case, he accepted that there has been heightened publicity, but he insisted that it is not fatal to a fair retrial with a jury. So the prosecution at work right there, he might try to convince the judge that no matter how much publicity out there, where the case gather, them still can manage to give Vybz Kartel and him co-accuse them a fair retrial. Now here the judge respond, people. McDonald Bishop raised question about the length of time Cosby, Weinstein and Pistorius spent in custody before the cases were resolved. She said for comparisons, parallels must be drawn and each case must turn on its own facts. So basically the judge has said the comparison now add up to Vybz Kartel one. The prosecutor have to take in consideration how long Cosby them was in custody for. If them are going to make the comparison between Cosby them and Vybz Kartel, them have to take certain other factors into consideration, especially on how long Cosby them was in custody for. Remember, so Vybz Kartel them the 13 years and still in custody. The Crown also argued that the safeguards which are available if the court orders retrial are sufficient to mitigate against any risk that the pre-trial publicity may cause. That's the argument from prosecutor Janek Forbes as he concluded submissions on whether public attention in cartel case will make it hard to find a fair and impartial jury. So the prosecutor argues that them have enough safety safeguard to fight against any damage that affect the case due to publicity. He told the Court of Appeal that while there may be miscreant jurors, generally it is to be assumed that jurors will abide by their oaths or affirmation. So the prosecutor tell the court say, yeah man, they definitely are going to have unlawful jurors, but not care how unlawful them is. Remember them under oath, them have to abide by it. Again, people are just talking that the tainted juror before was under oath and him still try to corrupt the whole jury panel. And so comes with the right here, so today Forbes urged the judges to view with extreme care the expert report submitted by IT consultant Sean Wenzel on coverage of the Vybz Kartel case. Justice Marva McDonald Bishop asked Forbes whether there was any legal authority on how to treat publicity that included disputed evidence that may be used again at retrial. He said no, but argued that judges can poll jurors and give well-timed directions and warning throughout the trial. So the judge basically asked the prosecutor if them have the legal authority for how to deal with evidence already out in the public if them go retrial with the case. And the prosecutor said no. But the judge who for take on trial if retrial for go on have the authority to give direction and send out multiple warning to the juror. You don't know, make them know them under oath and them sitting there, and don't be distracted by what them are seeing at the public space. Again, people, that did go on at the first trial if you remember good. Right after when the rumor go around said there was a tainted juror, the judge did pull up the jury panel and warn them. And as you can see, the case still end up a crash. Now the prosecution next argument was about Vybz Kartel health. The Court of Appeal has questioned why the prosecution used a prison administrator to respond to medical evidence from Vybz Kartel doctor that the entertainer is gravely ill and will not be properly treated if he continues in custody. Justice Marva McDonald Bishop put the question to Janique Forbes after he relied on a superintendent's statement that the Department of Correctional Services assist him to facilitate medical treatment while in custody. But the judge said she has a problem with superintendent reliance on medical records. She said some of the official's evidence is hearsay. Why would you seek to rely on the correctional officer to say he looked at the records and you have nothing from the doctor? And the question that the judge asks. So the judge basically attacked the prosecutor right there. The judge has said, oh, them for rely upon a correctional officer to ensure them say the DJ medical situation is under safeguard. Them have a system for facilitate for treat medical situation in the facility while in custody. The judge has said, oh, you have to take word from the warder. When right here Vybz Kartel them team make sure get a doctor for confirm him illness will not be treated properly if him continue for stay in a custody. It's like them a put up a warder against a doctor for dispute if the entertainer can go on around there in terms of health situation. Now here the prosecutor respond people. Forbes responded that the prosecution was not challenging Kartel's medical condition and post-surgery needs. He pointed out that the Department of Correctional Service has a policy of allowing medical treatment outside the prison. McDonald Bishop told Forbes that if the prosecution fails to address the system to support Kartel's medical condition, it could amount to degrading and inhumane treatment. Definitely, as you can see people, the judge has taken Vybz Kartel health situation into consideration. The judge continues and said we have to look at it carefully because we are dealing with human rights issue. Low and tackling are going right there from the judge. Anyways, make we move to our next argument. The prosecution has conceded that it faces a hurdle in seeking a murder retrial because of the likely breach of Kartel and his co-accused rights to a fair trial in a reasonable time. So basically right there no people, the prosecutor admit to carry the case a go retrial without Vybz Kartel constitutional rights being breached and a fair trial with a reasonable time, it a go hard for them. It's like she say, yo judge, the hurdle are too high, me have to admit. It would have sound like it impossible for them. The entertainer and him co-accused rights them have to get breached. Anyways, here the judge respond. Justice Marva McDonald Bishop told the Crown Counsel, Laurie and Tugwell, that she admired her admission. The judge said since the convictions were thrown out in March 2024, the time for a reasonable trial starts from when the men were charged, which was in 2011. The judge said the prosecution will have to convince the court that the breach is justified under the Constitution. And that the judge saying to people, and remember the prosecutor says a high piece of hurdle for do that, so it a go rough. Prosecutor Laurie and Tugwell has declared in the Court of Appeal that the state cares about the rights of entertainer Vybz Kartel and his co-accused Sean Storm Campbell, Kyra Jones, and Andre St. John. Tugwell says it's because we care about the constitutional rights of the men that the prosecution wants the case against them to be tried on its merit and not determined on technical issues. Tugwell says acquittal or dismissal of the case should be the last resort and done in extremely exceptional circumstances where it is not possible for a fair trial. The prosecutor Tugwell go hard for a retrial. I remember say more than one prosecutor people. Claudia Thompson just laid out the team. So don't feel like she alone go hard for the retrial of the whole team. When the prosecutor Tugwell said the only way this nothing go retrial unless under extremely impossible circumstances. She also says the public interest given the nature of the charges requires that the matter be retried on its merit. Tugwell reiterated that the rights of the men to a fair trial in a reasonable time have been breached, but insisted that it was justified. So the prosecutor them still admit after them breach the entertainer and him co-accuse them constitutional right to a fair trial in a unreasonable time frame. Them still admit the facts of them fuck up right there, but them still admit the judge knows that it's for a justified cost. Now people, listen up to this keenly. The case law supports the granting of bail in the murder case of entertainer Vybz Kartel and his three co-accused, the prosecution says. The prosecutor Laurie and Tugwell has also told the Court of Appeal that bail could be one option through which Kartel, who is reportedly seriously ill, could get treatment and become fit to stand trial and clear his name, which we are all interested in. So the prosecutor tell the Court of Appeal say if retrial for go on, them can grant Kartel bail. so the entertainer can healthy enough for stand trial and clear him name. Hey, the prosecution well want the case a retrial, you know. Them willing to give up bail just to make the entertainer get better and forward back and face the judgment. JJ. She also noted that Kartel is not without hope in addressing his medical condition because surgery has been recommended. Tugwell also argued that the Court of Appeal would set a bad precedent if it does not order a retrial based on health reasons alone. So the prosecutor basically tried to put the judge them in a spot right there. But here the judge responds, she's a smart piece of lady. Justice Marva McDonald Bishop said that the assertion was not responding to the main issue before the court. She also said that the court will not be considering a single issue in reaching its decision. So don't do that to us, the judge said. So the judge will make the prosecution know that just one factor them are going to consider whether or not for retrial the case. So the prosecutor need to stress the topic on a health situation there. So basically at the end of day 5 this paper, the prosecution wrap up them argument. Despite the constitutional breaches, there is nothing to suggest that a fair trial is not possible. In fact, the contrary has been established, said prosecutor Laurie and Tugwell in wrapping up on Friday. The matter has been adjourned until next week Tuesday, June the 18th for closing arguments. So no doubt people, the judge go beyond our words, go beyond Friday. But you don't know a part of the court system. It's hard to get accuracy. Anyways, let me know the thoughts and opinion on day 5. As I said before, as well I've been say from the hearing start, make sure you want to subscribe up and lock in because we are going to full coverage right through.
Would you describe what do you feel about your submission?
No, as I said, we're very excited about the submission. I'm proud of the team for the level of the plethora of information.
And in terms of their client, how do you see it feeling? How do you see it doing?
Currently, he has his heart condition, and that's the primary focus. He wants to so,
in terms of the appeal reaching to the state where it is, how is his state of mind?
well, I haven't seen him yet to let him know that it continues on Tuesday, so that's good. I'm trying to do it.
Okay. Alright, so in terms, I know this may be a trick question, but in terms of their confidence in the submission.
And my response to that always is God on time.
Time on God, that is success. Alright.
That was it for the show. Big up all of my subscribers and all of the viewers who may stay until the end of the show. Really appreciate it. Bless up on yourself and go and live good.
Ask where I'm coming from, a journey I find. Winding up my window where I'm driving my car. Me dogs them happy so no bullshit I want. Me G we tag you as a Louis Vuitton.